Okay, so there's been a couple of complaints and about the Starlink payment method, which was recently updated on June 7th. They sent a mail to me stating that Starlink has improved in its process payment in Naira to include more local cards. As a part of this change, you are required to update the payment information in your account. Please make this change as soon as possible to avoid losing service. International card may see higher foreign exchange fee, which is actually correct, because when I made the purchase for the Starlink device, it was actually 200. The price there was about 294,000 or so, but with my virtual USD card, I actually got a foreign exchange of about 484,000, which is quite too much. So with a series of complaints or with negotiation also, they decided to implement the local card payment, just like Netflix. You know, on Netflix we can pay with our local card and don't have to use a virtual card to make payment online. So Starlink has actually improved their payment in Nigeria and by allowing local card. The update actually came on June 6th, I think. So when I got the mail to update my payment method, well, it was a good news for me. So I rushed down to my account and tried to update my payment method, which I think everybody would want to do to reduce the cost price. So I actually get this error often and often about my payment method not working. I tried with different cards. I tried my UBA, First Bank, and my Kuda card, and it just kept popping out this payments methods failed validation. I tried with different cards. It was really a frustrating period for me because actually I have to do this a couple of days before my payment method is due on Starlink. But then because of all these Azure and all of these things, I had to go online, look for a solution, and I actually see that a lot of persons are going through the same problem. And one of the most hard thing about it is that the Starlink customer support are not responsive. They literally won't just reply to your messages. And I sent a message, I sent a mail to them, and for almost a week I didn't get no response. So I knew that was they had some difficulty on their end with their customer support, or maybe there could be a problem with the payment method that they are just implementing, that is allowing the local cards to work. So when I got this error and I couldn't update my payment method using my local card, I tried using my virtual card that I initially have been using since March for my payments, which is the Shipper Cash. I used the Shipper Cash and still didn't work. So the error was just there. It seems like they don't allow virtual card anymore. You have to use your Naira card henceforth if you're using the Starlink device. So it took a while before I could figure this out. So yeah, I had to use my UBA local card. So something I noticed is that when you're putting in your address, you have to take note of this zip code over here. You have to take a close note of this zip code. The zip code must actually match your address. If it doesn't match your address, you might get an error. But again, on the same day that I had this error fixed, I got a mail from Starlink. Aside this mail, I got another mail that says the error has been fixed and all of that. But it actually happened on the same day that I had to fix that zip code issue. So when you're putting in your address, just make sure that you can just Google it to get the exact location of your zip code. Like I'll just do this when I was filling in my address. I just did what is the zip code for Bowo, Benin City. So I live around this area, so I'll get the exact zip code for Ubowa and I just input it in my address bar when I'm filling my address for my payment method. And yes, the local card are not working. It is verified, and after a couple of days they actually sent me another email stating that the payment, replying to my message that the payment method has been resolved. The email said that thank you for your patience. We were investigating the issue following our billing update in Nigeria. We identified a problem that prevents some of our customers from saving their card on their account or for paying. Please know that we are actively working on resolving this problem, and you should expect this issue to be resolved within the next 7 days. In the meantime, we have already credited your account, and you should not have to pay for service until the next billing cycle. We appreciate your patience and understanding. We are working to resolve this issue. Thank you. But I actually got to fix this before the email came in, and that means the error was fixed on that exact day, which should be on the 18th of June while making this video. So the same time they sent me this email, there was another email that came exactly with this email on the same date, stating that they've added let me check it out. No, this shouldn't be it. June 7, yeah. Okay, yeah, it is. Credit applied. The following credit has been added to your account and will be applied to your next billing statement. Sorry. So what this actually means is that if you got this email, you shouldn't bother about the payment method tenor being due, because I was actually very worried knowing that my next payment cycle is on the 24th of June and I have not been able to update my payment method. I don't want to be cut off from the internet. But why they were updating their payment method to allow local cards, they actually created every account with the next billing cycle, which means for the month of June I'm not supposed to pay any amount. This credit amount that was added to my account means that I don't have to pay for June because of the lapses they might be expecting with the payment issues, which is actually very, very interesting. I didn't even take this message into consideration because I didn't know what it meant until they actually sent in this email as a reply to my complaint that the issue has been resolved. And then of course they've added a credit that applies to my next billing until the next billing cycle. That means until the issue was resolved, I don't have to pay for that month. So the month of June was actually free for me, and I'm sure it's free for everybody that's using Starlink. That's why when I got into the forum looking for a solution, or people who have the similar problems, they all complained that they couldn't add any card. But when the billing cycle was elapsed, they were not cut off from the internet. It is because Starlink had already added that month's billing cycle for you for free. They added it for everybody. So if you didn't get the mail, just go and check into your junk. They might have sent you the mail about the issue they had with the payment method if you had previously opened a support page with them. So that's similarly what just happened this month with everybody that's been troubled about the payment method in Starlink. And I'm sure a lot of persons who want to dive into getting the Starlink device are feeling retarded because of this issue people are facing right now, and they think that maybe they cannot even purchase the Starlink device anymore. But the good news is that you don't need a virtual USD card anymore to make any purchase or to continue your annual payment in your Starlink device. It is actually now very simple, and I'm really happy to get this new feature, because it's been a hell using my shipper card. The exchange rate is really way high. So yeah, a friend of mine actually got the Starlink device the same day that I had this card thing fixed. So the payment was about 394,000. Can you imagine? To when I was using my virtual USD card, I paid about 480 something thousand, and it has been actually resolved, shipped, and now if you're ordering the Starlink device, you don't have to wait for 2 weeks or so. It takes just about 3 or 4 days, because they have, I think they have a stock of it in Lagos. So once you just place the order, they just ship it down to your address wherever you are in Nigeria. So it made it actually very easy. On the message box that I sent to them, it took some days before they could give me a response, which is something that's really important about customer support service. Their support service is slow. I'm sure the reason why they had to delay in responding to any messages about the payment method is because they were actually finding a way to fix it. And while doing that, they already added a credit to everyone's account that might be having the same issue. I believe that would be for everybody in Nigeria. So that solved the issue, and I just wanted to share the video in case you still having a problem or you're still not able to put in your local card, or perhaps you're still trying to use your virtual USD card or trying to send virtual USD card. It's actually no longer needed for the Starlink payment method. It's just like the Netflix application that you can use your local card, unlike many other platforms that you actually have to need a virtual USD card to make any purchases from them. So it's actually new development, and I'm really happy about that. So I've been using the Starlink for a while now, and I haven't really had any issues. Just to point out the okay, just to point out my previous payment method and all the payment that I've been making. So here they are. This was for April, May, June, and I actually just purchased this Ethernet cable for the Starlink device because I wanted to do a video on how you can actually expand the use of your Starlink device to more than just one home. And maybe you have your house, and then you have a farm or office that's about 1 kilometer or 1 kilometer away from where your mesh router is mounted. So I want you to know that you can now use the Starlink device without fear of how to make payment, because right now you can make payment with any card that you have, any of your card, and that's just simply about it. So let me try to check my okay, about a long-term review usage on the Starlink device. Let me try to check my data consumption. That's it. I'm trying to just show you guys my usage so far, and the problems, if there be any problem that I've been having. Okay, let me check it. It should be here. Okay, this is for June and July, and it's my billing cycle actually started from on the 16th, which is the actual day that I got the Starlink device, on the 16th. So this billing cycle is this data usage, sorry, it's from June 16th to July 16th. So today is about 20 something, I think. So I've used 348 gig. Let me just go back to the previous month. This is between May and June. The data consumption of 1.27 terabytes. So to everybody thinking that the data, the Starlink data is capped, no, it is not capped. It is not capped. You can use as much as you want to use. You understand? You can use as much as you want to use. For now, it is not capped, because maybe probably because we just got in Nigeria, so we're actually enjoying the privilege of uncapped internet access right now. So in April, May/April, I use 1.3 terabyte. So you can see it's actually this was when I got it. I pretty much didn't use it that much in the first month, but following the previous month, 1.39 terabytes and 1.27 terabytes. This is pretty much everybody in my household. I have a couple of phones, devices, and my neighbors who can get a hold of the band. They also share the same network, so we're just enjoying the network. And when it rains, does it actually freeze? That's a question, because a lot of people want to know about it. What happens if the weather goes really sky-rated and maybe it is cloudy or rainy, or so? Will the network be down or so? Well, I've been using this for a couple of months now, so I can actually say that well, it doesn't get really worse when it is raining. There's been series of well, we're even in the rainy season while making this video. There's been a couple of series of rains and heavy thunderstorm and all of that, but I still managed to use my network to do what I want to do, the basic things that I want to do. Yes, the speed does drop down a little bit when it is raining. When it is raining, the speed does drop down a little bit to 60 Mbps. But when it is not raining, when it is all good, sometimes I got about 2 to 150 to 250 mbps, and right now I'm having about 140 mbps, which is not actually very high to some other times. Most times I get about 200 and something mbps. So yes, when it this is what I'm talking about. So when it is raining, you still get good amount of internet speed to do whatever you want to do. It's not like you can either play online video games and watch streams and all of that. So it's actually a good thing. The rain doesn't really cause a lot of trouble like the DSTV satellite dish that you might have been thinking about, because there was a comparison that the Starlink device has the kind of connection and the kind of working principle of a GSTV dish. When it is raining, it gets scrambled, but no, this doesn't get scrambled at all. In my own area, my location, I actually mounted mine on top of the roof, so I have a clear connection and all of that, but I don't get really out of internet connection when it's raining. But when it is heavily raining, sometimes it goes off completely. I don't get to do anything for about a few minutes. It doesn't take that long. It just, I don't know, perhaps it's rebooting. It happens to all network when it's getting really heavy rain. Even your MTN network will cut off for some reasons. So yeah, rain cloud does not disturb the Starlink internet connection or speed. And of course, the payment now has been capped to 32,000, as you can see from the credit that I was given. 32,000. This is what we are now being charged per month for uncapped internet access. You guys do whatever you want to do for 1 month, no limit. Download whatever you want to do, upload whatever you want to do, so no limit. I actually just changed my videos from being HD to 4K and 8K videos, so I pretty much do everything I want. And the payment method has not been resolved, just to make it clear out to everybody. You don't need to use a virtual USB card anymore, either for purchasing a gadget on the Starlink website or for purchasing any of the Starlink devices or whatever you might need from their shop. You don't need a virtual USB card anymore. You just need your local Naira card to make the payment. So that is it, and thank you for staying tuned to the end of this video. Please do not forget to subscribe and like my videos.